What's going on?
I'm free.
I just wanted to make you laugh. I just wanted to make you laugh. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? It is Spin from the Rear. I'm here with my boy, Chris Anthony Lopez, and I am Shug. It has been one of those weeks, one of those days, but you know what? We'll get through it. It is all right. How's everybody doing today? Hope you are well. How you doing today, Chris?
I'm fine. I'm okay. You know, today hasn't been the best. I feel like I wasted a day, if I'm being honest with you. But you know what? Everything's okay. We're fine. Nothing too crazy is going on. I'm grateful for where I'm at, who I'm rocking with. My family's good. Everything's fine. But damn, it's the little things, man. It's the little things. But we're not here to talk about the little things. We're here to talk about the schmodown right here, right now.
Okay.
And if you're watching, what's up?
No, good. I don't want to talk about the little things. That's like a personal attack on me.
I don't. No, like, and for everyone wondering if I'm at a minor delay, it's because I am, because of my situation right now. But everything's fine. If you're watching live, first of all, thank you. If you're watching after the fact, thank you. We appreciate it. Leave a comment if you're in the chat. I can't see the chat on my phone right now, so I apologize. But make sure to leave a like, comment if you're watching afterwards. Or if you're watching this right now, leave a comment in the chat, and we'll pop them up as we go. We will be joined later in the show by King Khan, one half of King Arthur, and Ty Lieberman, who faced William Viviani this past Friday before the pay-per-view, before we did all that fun stuff. We will not be talking about the pay-per-view in full. I do. Yeah,
please. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. First off, could we even call that a pay-per-view? Because it was more of a
yes,
a live.
People had to pay for it.
What did they pay for? Freaking a beatdown? Was it UFC? Was this a Mike Tyson fight?
They
lasted 6 seconds, and then
they paid for a movie trivia showdown, or someone must call it the schmodown. And that's
that wasn't
exactly
a showdown. That wasn't no, it wasn't.
Trivia.
Oh yeah, two people playing movie trivia, but it wasn't a showdown. And I love my boy Saul, but good God, that was a beatdown if there was never one I've ever seen. And I saw it live. You guys saw it on tape delay. I saw it live. So we'll talk about it.
You were real good at keeping the secret.
Yeah, because if I didn't, people would have found out, and so I had to keep my mouth shut. But you don't think I wanted to say something, or like when the polls were up and people are like, I'm picking this person to win, I'm going, oh Jesus, don't do that. Don't do that. What's up to Corey Cameron? How you doing today, sir? Jay Wade, always a pleasure. Jay Wade said, yo, I'm always stoked for Chris and Shug. Shug is awesome too, of course. Thank you. Appreciate you. The man with the golden voice, Joseph Burrows, is in the house. What up, man? And Brandon Buck is right. Was a murder live on stream? Yes, it was. We'll talk about it. I got my thoughts.
See, do you want to? I mean, might as well just get out the way, because Buck and I did a Schmo Me the Real this past Friday, and we did. I mean, Shug popped up for a little bit, but it was after the chaos to see once John Kaiser joined us, and Video Drew a regular on Schmo Me the Real nowadays. But we are eternally grateful for the both of them to pop on. But Shug, do you just give me your thoughts, and I promise I won't bring it up again over the course of the show.
Well, you're lying, so we already know that's a lie. Excuse me, I need to eat something because my sugar's low.
By all means, do what you got to do, man. Do what you got to do.
Okay, so I was live for that match, and it was something I was talking about on Friday, but I didn't really get into it too much. It's very interesting to watch a live match taped, not actually performed. So what I say right now is, next Saturday there's going to be Marisol versus Chance. So whatever happens. Okay, right. There's something comes up, it happens. They're going on the fly. When they are taping stuff, it's a different. The competitors are talking to each other. They come out, Christian's giving them notes on, what to say promo wise, where they stand, if they're going to do a little, song and dance before, things like that. You're walking around, you see people hanging around. So some competitors, there's a lot of competitors that were talking to people before they played. Some weren't. I think at one point, Parker had came out and Saul, and they were talking where they were going to be playing at and just discussing things. Then Saul goes back in the back. I see Kate and Saul. We talked for like 2 seconds because they were going to get ready. Also, to timing, this match was one of the first 2 matches played, which is very interesting. Of what other matches were being played that day and where it was placed. So it was very early, played. So watching it being done, you see a lot of behind the scenes. They stop. There's one point, which again, you won't see it in the cut, but you'll see there's a point where Mark and Christian stop and they're like, can you hear us right? Or is this okay? And I even think if I remember correctly, because I was drinking, the producer even came out and was like, we need to redo this or do that. There's a lot of stop and go, things like that. So it was very, very interesting. And I think, and there's no excuses or anything like that, but I think when it comes to live, it's a different animal. We know Robert Parker's been there because he had a match with Ace. Doing it on camera, you just show up in the StreamYards or or whatever it is, and you go, but you don't have people around you talking. You don't have them stopping. Maybe if they're taping it, maybe a little bit, but it's just different where it's in live. And I think one of the things we saw with Saul was it being a live situation. It might be hard on him. It might just be hard on him because in the last 2 matches he's played live, he has not looked the guy that we've seen digitally. Digitally, he's looked awesome. Some tough spots, but nothing like where we're like, oh my god. The Amaru match, it was a close. The first round was very close to where I've said it. Amaru, even though he won the match and he TKO'd, Saul could still get him back in that match had things been different. This is the same thing with the Parker match. Saul is only down 2 going past that first round. So he's in a good spot. Being only down 2, we've seen way, way, way worse comebacks. Way, way bigger comebacks than that. And it just snowballed after that second round. Really bad. He misses the first question, and then, it was the Indiana Jones question where he says Arizona, which to me was the same. I was thinking, yeah, of course it's Arizona. And he misses it, Parker gets to steal and it just starts to snowball on you. And at one point, and this is why it was crazy, you're looking at the scoreboard and there's Chandru and he's waving at Christian, telling him, hey, this could be a knockout. This is going to be a knockout if Saul misses or Parker gets the answer correctly. And so that as a competitor, you're looking, you see, imagine you're doing this and then all of a sudden someone's waving like this. It distracts you. So I think one of the things Saul needs to improve on is that aspect of the game, being live and in front of people. Because we know he can do it digitally. He's done it digitally. It now becomes we need you to do it live. Under the lights, you need to be able to perform. We've all heard that. Can you perform under the lights? I believe Saul can. I just think maybe personal things, maybe you're just too hyped. Maybe you're just so into it that you're like, yeah, all right, I'm going in there, and then you just fall flat. I don't know, and it is something you would have to hear from Saul, because I don't know. I just feel that it has to be a combination of those things, and so like I said, I was there live, and it was demoralizing for me to watch because I am a big, as everybody knows, I'm a big Den fan. I'm also a big fan of Saul, and it was hard to watch, for me, because it's like you don't want to say like if you're gonna lose, okay, lose. Losing by one's a heartbreak. Losing by a couple points, it's like okay, at least you were competitive. And I thought because it was a 5-round match, Saul would be able. I knew Parker was good, but I thought Saul could, he could get there in the third, the betting round. The speed round is where he would make up ground, and then anything's game in that 5th round. That speed round, good God! I mean, you miss, you take points away. It got him. It was demoralizing to watch. To watch somebody that you root for just snowball, just boom, snowball. And so it's tough. I think Saul's going to grow from it. I think Saul is going to be absolutely a better player because of it. And he just, think these are things he needs to work on. I don't think the knowledge is the problem. I think it's the getting in your head, the performing live in front of people, and the being able, because like he said, think about that. You have to come up with you have to search your memory for an answer in 15 seconds. That is very hard to do. That's very hard to do. And now imagine doing that at elite level. And when you can't do it at elite level, this is what happens. I think Saul can do it at elite level, but when he's not been able to, look what's happened. He got TKO'd by Amaru, and he got KO'd by Parker. So it's all, and this doesn't take away from Parker. I think Parker played a great game. He knew what he was doing. He stayed in the pocket. So it's just I think Saul will come back a stronger player. I think he'll be better, and it's just one of those things. Look at. Sometimes before you can be great, you got to get over a hump. Look at Michael Jordan. He had to beat the Detroit Pistons before he won a championship. The Lakers had to beat the Spurs to be considered great champions. Kobe had to beat Duncan. Magic had to beat Bird. The Lakers had to beat Boston. You're going to have those humps when it comes to competitive sports. You just got to get over them and try your hardest to do so. So I think I'm not worried about Saul. I think he's going to come back better. And I can't wait for Spectacular to see who Parker's going to face, because it's either going to be Amaru or it's going to be Mike Kalinowski, and I'm excited to see who he's going to play. It's going to be awesome.
As someone who booked their flight for California today, which by the way, I'm seeing all y'all in California, Spectacular. You know where the party's at. Spin from the Reel is definitely going to be there in full force, and it's going to be a banger of a time, if I say so myself, a rager, wink, wink, nod, nod. But in regards to Saul and Robert Parker, I even looking back at it, because, when Buck and I did Shmow Me the Reel, it was like almost instant reaction about like an hour and a half after the match had aired, after the match had aired on the pay-per-view. I was thinking to myself, and Buck had alluded to it in the chat, what a massacre, what a slobber knocker. It was hard to watch, but since I got the time to think about it, Robert Parker, is Robert Parker the most difficult opponent Saul's had to face?
Absolutely. Absolutely he is. The thing, I think a lot of what I've been seeing a lot of lately, and Moose Haas is here, live is a whole different beast. But I want to kind of bring this up because I think this is something the fans make up and then they run with it. We've gotten into an argument here where people talk about, well, who's Saul play? Oh, he played the Real Rejects. They're not that good. They don't take it seriously.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Nobody was saying that before Saul played them. No. Now people would say they're the fun guys, but nobody ever said they didn't take it seriously. Nobody ever said they weren't good. People just said, hey, Moose Haas, and I'll say this in front of Moose, people were crowning him the next big thing. He loses to Saul. Well, Moose is a rookie. Maybe he's not as good as we thought. I don't understand that. It changes, when someone loses bad. Saul gets knocked out. then you see the, well, does he even belong in the league? Oh, or is he even really that good? Maybe your competition is just the better. That happens sometimes where that competition is just better. There's things behind. I know with Moose, there was things that happened behind the scenes. I know that he didn't have a lot of time to prepare. He could say, people could say that's an excuse or that's a real reason. I'll always give benefit of the doubt. Wink, wink. But, maybe he just didn't have time to prepare. And maybe if they played again and he had time, maybe it's a different outcome. We don't know. But sometimes a competitor is just that good, and they make you look not that good. Robert Parker is one of the elites. Remember, he was the next guy up to take over for Kevin Smith. Remember, there was a point where we were going to see Kevin Smith and Robert Parker play for the belt. That's what everybody thought. Before Kevin got sick and Parker lost in the tournament. That's what everybody thought. Robert Parker's still that guy. I said it last year. He was going to be one of the greats to continue on the legacy in the Schmoedown. He's still that guy. It's only his second year. Remember that. He played a bunch of fan league years, and now it's his second year. He is still that guy. So this doesn't say Saul's that bad. He shouldn't be in the league. This says, damn, Robert Parker is the real deal. He's competing for a championship at Spectacular. This guy can do damage. He could be the next Kevin. Remember, Kevin faltered to Mike Kalinowski. Don't tell Peter. Remember that? Then he KO'd everybody, got back to Kalinowski, and what did he do to Kalinowski at the Spectacular? I was there live. He KO'd him. And if it wasn't for this sickness, God only knows if Kevin Smith would still be the champion. If he didn't get cancer, he'd probably still be the champion. Okay? He played Chandru before he knew he was sick. He didn't know the diagnosis. He played Chandru like that and almost beat Chandru. Okay? So imagine a full healthy Kevin and how he can play. Robert Parker is the next Kevin Smith. Don't get it twisted. But don't also get it twisted that Saul is not a good competitor and doesn't belong in this league. He absolutely belongs in this league. Sometimes you just got to get over the hump. Saul will get over the hump.
Every single aspect of people's personal lives plays a part into this whole Schmoedown thing that we watch every single week, multiple times a week, dare I say it. And I think, to your point on, because there are a couple of things I want to touch on from what you said. First thing, people are so quick to switch up. People are so quick to do so. And it doesn't matter who it is, where they're coming from, what faction they're on. If someone loses a match, they're like, oh my God, what a bust. OMG, they sympathize with them. It's like, oh, it's a rookie, it's their first match, it's their first year, whatever the hell. And this is coming from somebody who was a part of that Robert Parker, like, oh man, he was supposed to be the second coming of Inner Geekdom, Like, John Kaiser came on our show on Friday on Shmow Me the Real and said that Kevin Smets, the IG guy, championed Robert Parker for that draft. It's the same thing. It's
absolutely
his top two dogs were coming from the same division. And that was last year. And now Inner Geekdom's changed so much over the last 2.5 seasons, that it's the most competitive it's ever been. And a guy like Saul, like, people are gonna shit on Saul just for the sake of shitting on him, But at the same time, like what you alluded to earlier, the live aspect may have played a part in it. Maybe he got you said too hyped. Maybe he got a little too nervous. He got into his own head regardless. Like, I'm not going to get into the whole conversation of did Robert win or did Saul lose, because it could be both. It could
I think it's a combination. I think it's a combination of both, because if you start missing questions, who's on the other side of you, and you go shit, he's going to take advantage of it. And we know, right. I know this because I watched it. You don't give Robert Parker that opportunity. You got to keep it close, not make a mistake, and then maybe he'll make a mistake, and that's when you capitalize. Again, I'm a Saul fan. He made some mistakes in this match. He knows he did, and Robert was able to capitalize. That's the name of the game. You make mistakes, and someone capitalized, you're going to get KO'd or you're going to get knocked out. Okay, and look how strong and look, we're missing Kevin Smets. You have one of the best heels in Chandru. You have one of the best heels now kind of turned babyface in Mike Kalinowski. You have Robert Parker, one of the best. You have Saul, who's a great character and pretty good at Inner Geekdom. You have Moose Haas, who's pretty good. You have Chance, who's really good.
Mark Knoppick.
So Mark Knoppick. But this IG division is so good, and it kind of sucks that Christian's gonna limit it now because there's so much room for growth in this division that I see. Like, it's one of the best, divisions. And yes, E-Man reminded me, I got to bring up Amaru. Amaru's one of the, but he's a rookie.
What's up?
Yeah, Amaru. You would think, oh, he's a rookie. Amaru's he's playing for the belt. So he's the future of the division. He's the future of the division. So there's so much growth, and I kind of feel slighted by Christian. Trust me, he tells me all the time I overlook him. So, but it kind of sucks that Christian's going to cut out IG. So I think if you're a fan of IG, I think you let it be known to Christian that IG shouldn't be cut, that we want more matches, or at least currently with the players we have, give them more opportunities. Let's give them more opportunities.
And for those wondering, like when Shook says like cut down, like cut off or cut down, like Christian did this Q&A, or he was taking questions on the show like last week or a week and a half ago, and he said there will be less Inner Geekdom and Star Wars matches in season 9. And as a fan of Inner Geekdom is my favorite division to watch because I like those movies a lot. Some of my favorite movies are the ones they talk about in Inner Geekdom, or the ones they play in Inner Geekdom. And that's what got me into this whole, that's why I'm such a fan of all this fun stuff. All the stuff with Mike Kalinowski, the Rachel Cushings of the world, Jason Inman, Hector Navarro, R&B, that whole era of the Schmodown that was, and it's crazy to see how the division has grown. Like you mentioned Saul, you mentioned Robert Parker, those guys are relatively new. You mentioned Amaru Moses, he's brand new, brand spanking new. He's about to play for the title in a couple weeks.
I didn't even bring up Brandon Hanna. I didn't bring up Paul Yama. I didn't bring up Ethan Irwin.
Yama.
Jesse Swift's a new one. Amaru Moses. There's so many that could carry this division. I think this is one of the strongest divisions that could be carried with just the group of people they have. The group of competitors they have. Ben Goddard. Ben Goddard didn't get to play IG, and we know he's pretty good at it. I think if Christian gives it an opportunity like he did with Star Wars, it can be what Star Wars was last year when we did the tournament. And it was awesome, and it was one of the best things ever. So I think that should be, if you are a fan, make sure to let that be known to Christian. Say, hey, you know what? I know you're thinking about kind of cutting down IG matches. We want the opposite. We want more, or at least give the group that we have right now, give them more matches. Because I think it's a bright future. I think IG has a bright future ahead of it. There's great character work. There's heels. There's great faces. There's some. Mara. She's great. She's technically not a character, but she can kind of play a character. And so I think you could do a lot with that.
And even with Star Wars, right? Like you had mentioned the tournament that we got last year. And that's where folks like Andrew Di Milanta and Ace Cabrera really got to, Joseph Scrimshaw, we're going to see him in a couple of weeks. Like folks like that really got to make their presence known in the Star Wars division. And we don't know what Christian means by we're going to get fewer matches. That could just, that's the nature of the game with going back to a 2-match-a-week schedule. Everything's going to be cut down. But of course, because it's what sells, you're going to push the teams and singles divisions over anything else. Which, I mean, I totally understand, and I'm not mad at it either. But
and yeah,
Brandon,
and Brandon,
chat, he is cutting down mainly because okay.
Which I understand, but I mean, I understand Christian doesn't like the digital era, but if you want to keep people interested, which is one of the things that's been a hot topic lately, is the viewership of Schmodown. It's gone down. Is it because of spoilers? Right. Is it because of no storyline? Is it because it's saturated? Don't know. But I think you got to keep the digital with the live. And I was talking to somebody about this. I understand he wants to use the FCL as the digital, but I think what you need to do is if people are out of state and they can't make it to live, you do the digital, and if you win 3 or 4 matches, you then say, okay, well, you're coming in for a studio match now. So that's if you can make it to a studio match, then you can play. And if you can commit to that, knowing that, hey, I win 3-4 matches in a row, there's a possibility that I'm going to be playing in studio or at a live event. So I need to be sure I'm available. I think that would help not only with expanding the game, but it keeps everybody available to play. Because then, you know what I'm saying, Chris? Like, you could play, and you could still play people in the digital era with them being out of state, and then still have good, matches. Because it's just going to be weird if we only get 5 Star Wars matches next year. Like, I'm going to hate that. I want to see more. So I'm going to be.
Go ahead, please.
No,
please.
No, go ahead, Chris.
No,
I know you're on a delay. I know you're on a delay. I apologize.
I hate this delay so much, but no, and I'd hate for Star Wars to regress. Yes, people are really like, Star Wars is probably the most beloved division right now, solely because of how much we've seen it grow over the last year and a half since that tournament that got this show off the ground. That why this show exists. And because of, like, look at Dimalenta. Look what Andrew's done over the last year and a half. Like, this, so many folks have come to be he's so beloved now, and he has a bunch of fans solely because of his performance in that tournament. And his loss to Ace, like, you're Exhibit A, how emotional this damn Schmodown thing can get. And that loss sucked. And to see Dimalenta and where he's gone now, like, that's one of the shining lights of the Star Wars division. Just one of them. There's a ton. Let's talk about that Thomas Harper guy that just won the belt, potential rookie of the year. But now we're going to revert back to less Star Wars matches. Again, we don't know what exactly a number is going to be. But I would hate, like, I think somebody, either in the subreddit or the Facebook group, put every single person who plays in their respective divisions. And there's a ton of people. There's almost 100 competitors in this Schmodown. And we're probably going to see that get cut in half or almost cut in half. And that sucks. I would hate to see folks who didn't get to play too much this year, they get 1 or 2 more matches and then that's it. Like, what happens if Joseph Scrimshaw doesn't get past Gold Leader? Like, that was just 1 match this year, and it's like, all right, later, dude. Like, that would suck. That would suck to see as a fan, not only of Joseph Scrimshaw, but of these folks who didn't get to really participate this year. And I know it's the nature of the game, and it sucks. And you were never guaranteed a match. There are a lot of folks in this whole Schmodown that won't see a match, like Whitney Seibel for the Dungeon. That's a dude we won't see this year. He was drafted, we won't see him. That sucks. Now it sounds like there's going to be more folks like that because we're going to tighten this thing up a little bit. And granted, it's give and take. We're getting the storylines back. We're seeing these characters fleshed out again, and that rules. I'm so excited to see that. But the digital era, to your point, has done wonders for the Schmodown. I've said this once, I've said it twice, and I'll say it again. Some of the best Schmodown matches we've seen ever have come from the last 18 months. Exactly. So that has to be something worth noting. I know the FCL is succeeding, and I know one thing that bothers me about the FCL, and I don't want to blame anybody. 'Cause I don't know if there's, I don't know how many voices are in this, but they repeat a lot of the same folks. They got a bunch of people and they started repeating them. Which, I mean, all power to them. They can do whatever the hell they want. I'm just the guy that watches the damn thing. But now we're gonna see. Are we gonna see an influx of new people from the main Schmodown go to the FCL and do that? Are the FCL questions going to get harder? Are we going to start treating the FCL different? There are a lot of questions I have that
I don't even think
probably won't get answers to.
I don't even think the FCL is going to be. I think the FCL is not even going to be the FCL. I think it's just, and Thrawn brings up, he says the digital age caused the trivia to separate from the show, and that's a problem, which is something Christian has talked about. Mm-hmm. The way to fix that is you use the digital era simply for matches and to build somebody. So if people are out of state and they can't make it, like, you could still do a match. You use the studio and live events to build storyline. You can still build storyline within the digital age. Maybe not as much, but you can still do it. I think, and I understand where Christian is coming from, that he just has a problem with it. But now you're sacrificing the Star Wars division, which I say is the best division of all the Schmodown. As much as singles and teams are a great division, Star Wars, I think, is the best division and one of the most competitive right now. IG, you have great character work, great trivia, great competitors. You know, now you're going to cut that down. But then you want to put teams and singles up there. Like, I think Christian is making a mistake with doing that. I think he needs to try to even make everything even, or figure out a way to use the digital era to give more matches, and then use live events and studio matches to do the storyline. I think that's how you have to do it, because I think you're right, Chris. I don't think people want to see less IG matches. I don't think people want to see less Star Wars matches. They want to see more. We want to see more Gold Leader. We want to see more Thomas Harper. We want to see more Parker, more Mike Kalinowski, more Saul, more, Jesse Swift, and not less. And it comes down to money. It comes down to production. I understand that. But if us fans get together and voice our opinion, we're the ones that help, with the Patreon, with it showing up and watching the matches. So I think if you want that, we need to voice our opinion and say, hey, Christian, we understand, but this is what we want as fans. We want IG. We want Star Wars. We want it all, but we don't want to get rid of it. We want more. I think that's something we can.
And maybe that's why, like, the live events are so important. Like, when, like, I know New York hasn't sold out yet, which is crazy as hell to say out loud that the New York live event hasn't sold out yet. Just look at the card. You get Nooms, Horowitz, undercard, and then you get McKee and Ellison as the main event. That's going to be one kick-ass show. And that hasn't sold out yet. Like, I don't want to say it's a New York thing. I know people are a little suspect about the whole pandemic. I totally understand. I got my masks aplenty over here at the Lopez residence.
Okay,
but
real quick. I'm
know,
going to respond to Thrawn. I'm going to respond to Thrawn to this. Asking Christian for digital is like asking Scorsese to do MCU films. I understand that. Here's the problem, though. The studio pays Scorsese. We pay the Schmodown. So if we as fans want this, I feel Christian should give it to us. That's the difference. We are responsible
the fans,
for the Schmodown.
Yes, at least to an extent. Yes, because the fans are awfully pivotal. And Christians let us know that multiple times.
You're on such a delay. It's freaking hilarious. No, I mean it's not to a certain point. If he has no fans, there is no Schmodown. Sorry to tell you that. If fans right now said we're not watching the Schmodown anymore, there would be no Schmodown. I love everything right. Christian does. Don't sit here. I'm like bashing him. No, I love everything he does. But if it's not for the fans, he doesn't have what he has now. He doesn't have the Schmodown. We don't have Marisol McKee. We don't have Adam Collins. We don't have Robert Parker. We don't have Saul. We don't have any of that. It's because of us that the Schmodown is around. That's all I'm saying.
No, and you are totally 100% on the money, and they've gone on the record and have said that before. Like without the Patreon.
Yeah. Okay, hold up, Jeremy. Yes, Scorsese doesn't want to do MCU movies regardless of how much they pay because he doesn't care about the money. I'm sorry. This is different. Christian needs fans in order for the Schmodown to survive. Scorsese does not need the MCU to survive. He will continue to make movies. That's the difference. And I understand what you guys are trying to say, but it's two different. We're talking apples and oranges here. Scorsese doesn't need the studios, doesn't need the MCU to survive. Christian needs the fans to survive. So
I see, Jamie. I see the point that you're.
It's a bad take.
I see the point you're trying to make. I see what you're trying to say, and I agree to an extent. But this is something where like there isn't there isn't a movie studio backing Christian and Mark on this, and it's us. We are the studio in this case, and if we want more Inner Geekdom matches, if we want more Star Wars matches, then we have to say something like what Suge is saying.
Necrotic, whatever, Suge, sign me up for Casey Patreon. Yeah, I bet you do. And Thrawn, I understand what you're saying if he's not happy with it, but I mean, I hate to do this. I really do, but I'm gonna have to do it because, and Chris will understand where I'm coming from. Christian is not Vince McMahon. I'm sorry, he's not.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Christian is a good guy. I support his product. I love the Schmodown. I love the things he does. But Christian is not Vince McMahon, where he can tell fans, no, I want you to like this guy, not this person. I want you to be invested in this and not this. He can't do that. I'm sorry to tell you, Christian, the Schmodown's not that big yet to where he can tell fans how to think, how to do things. And I'm not trying to shit on Christian. I'm just saying, as a fan, if I say I want Star Wars and IG, that's what I want. You know, that's what I want. Scorsese has FU money. Yeah, he has. Very true. You know,
okay. I know.
That's not Joseph. That's not true because we have John Cena and we have Roman Reigns. So that's a lie. Joseph Burr says, to be fair, Suge,
okay,
neither can Vince. It hasn't worked since the 90s. That's not true. It's beyond not true.
I cannot disagree with what you say more, Joseph. I really can't because I wrestling still works. Maybe not the WWE for your taste, but they're still making Vince McMahon's a billionaire for a reason. But I digress. So going back to the Schmodown for a second, and I know in a little bit we're going to be joined by some members of the Exchange, and I definitely want to talk about.
John, I did not take any. I did not take any instructions. First off, okay, and I know what match you're talking about. I had to do that because that guy is a heel, and we're trying to build him as a heel. Okay, so stop it, Thrawn. And this guy wants to be this guy. I like Thrawn's a good dude. If you get to meet Thrawn, he's a good dude.
I hope so. Again, California, baby, December. I'm getting there on December 2nd. I'm getting December 2nd. But I know we need to talk about Kelly and Whiteley before our guests pop on because we're going to try and do a little bit of a shorter show. Last week we did 3 hours, and that's totally my fault. So this we're trying to condense that down a little bit. But again, just in conclusion, if y'all want to see something in the Schmodown, you gotta voice your opinion. Christian's not gonna just bend over backwards so we can get what we want. That's not how this works. But especially with how we are all trying to grow this thing, and how we all want to see the Schmodown on ESPN one day or on ESPN2 because ESPN Sports Center all damn day. But you know what I mean. You want to see this thing grow. And if we want that, we got to work together. And yeah, it's give and take. We can't get everything that we want, but there at least has to be something. Like if we see the Inner Geekdom division cut in half next year, I'm gonna be very upset. Not saying it's gonna happen, but just hypothetically, if it does, I'll be very bummed. But again, we will probably have this conversation over and over and over again. Yes, Moose Haas, I see you in the chat. They'll be joining us in about 5 minutes, 5-ish minutes. At the top of the hour,
we sent them the link.
Yes, they definitely said yes to be on the show today, and they'll be
right?
at the top of the hour.
They said yes, they'll be on the show and then just not show up. Oh, that would be the greatest Finstock Exchange heel move ever. Like, yeah, we'll be on your show, never show up.
Right? It's like, well, okay, cool, but we will be talking to them about their matches. William Bibiani faced Ty Lieberman, and Final Exam playing King Arthur. So. But before that, on Wednesday, and to us patrons on Monday, we got Laura Kelly and Eric Whiteley. That's a match that I actually watched today because life's been crazy for me last week. And what I feel so bad for Eric. I feel really, really bad for Eric Whiteley. Not like he's not a bad Star Wars player. I don't want to hear any of that nonsense. I haven't seen any of that nonsense. But just in case someone's thinking like, oh, Eric Whiteley's bad at Star Wars. Hell no, he ain't. Just Laura Kelly is pretty damn good at what he does, or what she does. Like, Laura is one of the favorites in this tourney, and she proved so in this match.
Yeah, for sure. First off, her promo was amazing. It was absolutely a thing to see. And then you had just the gameplay. Like, you would have never known she lost a championship match watching this match. You would have never known that she just lost in a tough 5-round match. And so I think a lot of respect to Eric. I think if he comes back next year, I think he's going to be well, and this is one of the problems. If we cut down the Star Wars division, will we get Eric Whiteley back? Will we get some of the stars that have been in the Schmodown? And so this is where I that's why I don't want to see the IG and the Star Wars division get smaller. But put some respect on Laura Keller's name. Laura Kelly. I don't know why I said Keller. Kelly. Put some respect on her name because Laura Kelly. Dimalanta. Ty Lieberman. King Khan. You gotta make sure you say these names right. Moose Haas. Yeah. Okay. Put some respect on her name because you would have never known she lost a 5-rounder and she comes back and just plays awesome, And so I absolutely loved her promo. I loved her gameplay. She was amazing. And look, I think she's going to be a handful for whoever plays her next, either Scrimshaw or Gold Leader. I had Gold Leader kind of getting there to the finals. I don't know. Laura Kelly. Her character work has been amazing. Yeah. And her trivia is so good. And just remember, she just became a Star Wars fan. Think about the two hot stars right now, and Laura Kelly and Nikki DiMolanta just recently became Star Wars fans. And they're dominating. Think about that for a second.
What did he say?
I'm serious. Think about that for a second, okay? Think about that for a second. But I think hold up, I got a message from somebody. Okay. You know what? I think I don't want to leave the person in the background because he looks like he's a little tired. Because I just got a message from
Let's
King
bring
Kong.
him on then.
He said give him 2 minutes. So we're gonna bring on our first guest though. And once Khan brings it up, we'll bring him on. And that is I'm gonna give him a second because I think he's doing something.
Huh?
No, bring you on? Yeah. Okay.
Are we good? The Tyrant!
Is he sleeping?
What is this?
Hi, Ty. How are you?
My goodness. You know how many podcasts, how many after shows I listened to when I first signed up for the Schmodown? And all of them reached out to me to have them on their show before you guys did. Wow. Okay. Here I am, though. And as you might know, I'm not going to be performing at Spectacular. So I am wearing what I would have worn at Spectacular, which is this Christmas sweater. People think the Tyrant, they think of wine, scarf. They don't necessarily think sweater, but sweater is the glue that holds everything together. Yes, I could put on a scarf. I could be a gimmick. I could have a glass of wine. But it's the sweater that really ties the room together.
Yeah, it does. And I like to apologize to you, Ty, because I wasn't a part of this show. So blame it on Cal and Matt.
Whoa, wait a minute.
But I wouldn't invite you. But before we continue,
throw me under the bus?
Absolutely. I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not giving a bad name to myself. I already have one.
Well, I believe Suge has made the pilgrimage to Los Angeles to kneel at the feet of the Tyrant.
I live in Los Angeles, but I did.
C. Anthony Lopez hasn't left Ohio since 2002.
I'm not even from Ohio. I'm from Indiana. I'm in Chicago right now.
Oh, okay. Well,
but you look like an Ohio boy.
If you're from Ohio, you're always in Ohio.
There you go. All right, let's bring on our other.
Anyway, why have you bothered me today, and how can I help?
Well, we bothered you because we wanted to talk about your match, but let's bring in your faction mate who's waiting in the back.
Well, you can talk to him anytime. He's going to keep winning and winning and winning all the last few months. This is it for me. This is the end of the road for the Tyrant. So,
I don't think it's the end of the road.
If you want to bring him on, yes. I'm just saying, ask all your questions to me because you won't get another chance. Khan will have 7, 8, 10 more chances to ask your questions because he's going to fucking win the. What, Mom? He's going to win the team title. I can't believe my mom swore.
It's okay. It's fine. We're known as the ghetto show, so you can kind of.
Oh, okay.
So you're good.
All right, bring him on.
All right,
there he is.
There he is.
Oh, look, it's Chris and some fan that I met at the cantina. It's just...
Yeah, some fan.
Some
okay.
fan.
Right.
Some
Who
fan.
let you on the show? No, I'm just kidding.
Apparently. What's going on, Con? How are you doing today, sir?
I'm good. I missed anything funny the Tyrant already said.
Nope, nothing funny. It was actually very sad. I actually gave a very sad monologue about the state of my season, which is over. Which is a very sad season. I'm wearing my Christmas sweater because I won't be able to wear it at Spectacular. And this is the end. This is the exit interview for me. And your future is bright. And I'm sorry.
Don't beat yourself up.
Wait.
If anything, the Tyrant is now so many people's favorite Showdown competitor.
Very true. Very true.
So,
I think
there's a lot of vitriol on the internet about how people are getting like death threats and like hate mail and like everyone loves me.
Yeah, Thrawn 2K5.
I can't relate to any of this.
Word. I came for Ty. Dude won me over with that shtick. See, you have fans, Ty.
Well,
that's a good thing.
I think shtick is just personality, but okay, sure. Well, we'll say shtick.
Suge wants to learn how to make pasta like the Tyrant. I do.
Oh, yes.
Pasta. Some nice McQueenie. Yeah.
Why is the Tyrant smelling pasta water? Shouldn't he be smelling sauce? Shut up! Don't think about it. Don't think about it too hard.
Don't think about it.
We try not to. But Ty,
but really quickly, like sure. I understand when people have been in the league for a while. I want to make 2 promises to Showdown community. I will always do a promo, and I will always show my board because I think it's really fascinating to see.
I think I've done the same so far.
I think it's fascinating when people miss. I want to see how they miss, why they miss. Someone's like, I didn't get it. I don't want to know that. I want to know how they failed and why they failed. And I might not win every match, but I always want to do promo because I think that is fun and that's important. So those are my 2 promises to the community. Always do a promo, always show your board.
Of the 4 people involved in my match, I'm literally the only person who submitted a promo.
Right. Yeah. Everyone else is a highfalutin mess, and you're a man of the people, king, which is why you're the king, which is why they elected you king.
Exactly.
Very true. I mean, I appreciate that, Ty. Thank you. Thank you for making sure you show your board and we'll do promos. I appreciate that because some of these people in the league don't do promos. They don't even do good promos, nor promote their matches, when they lose. So they decide not to promote their match. you know what? I appreciate it. I appreciate you promoting, showing your board, even if you got a wrong answer. I respect that. So thank you very much, Ty. I'm now a big fan of
I genuinely think that's interesting. I know we're going to move back to studio matches sooner than later, but I really enjoyed watching the teams work out answers during their matches, and I'm going to miss that part of it. Like I really like watching people think, and to see like Oyama and Lon, or to see Griffin and Khan, and how they come up with these answers, I think is really essential, and I will miss that when they go back in the studio.
Some of what we said during our Wizarding World run, I wish wasn't out loud.
Well, yeah. I mean, even I knew Peter Pettigrew. I mean, come on.
Oh well.
Yeah. And Con, for you, obviously you're a rookie, first year, but you beat one of the teams. Backstage was talking about it. Is Final Exam one of the best teams? One of the great teams, and a lot of people are saying, "Yeah, look, you beat them." You beat them. They were very heavily favored, and a lot of people thought they were going to take it. And no, you pulled out a win. Like, how you got that under your belt now? How does that feel to beat one of the best teams? A lot of people are saying of all time.
I mean, it feels good because a lot of people. Well, we should have won. We should have lost because they were in position to win. So that feels. That was a tense moment at the end of the match when Oyama answered very confidently, and I was not 100% sure whether he knew it or not. But yeah, I think if anyone looked at our team at the beginning and said 2 of these people are going to beat Paul Oyama and Lon Harris, everyone would have called you crazy, and look where we are now. So
you're going up against Deception, who is a very
or Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory.
Yeah, I don't think that's.
It's official.
I'm dumb. I don't know what's been taped and what happened.
Ty, I'm dumb too. So we're on the same page. I'm pretty much the.
I am rooting for you to play Chaos Theory, but I mean, whoever.
Well, I got $1,000 on Chaos Theory to win the whole tournament, and hopefully Slick Nick delivers for me. Yeah, Con.
The hell
I gotta
of
go
a bet.
against you.
It's a smart bet. It's a smart bet.
I mean, I need money. I had to take my rent money and pay and bet it. How do you think I make a living?
If you needed money, that's definitely not the route you should have taken.
Yeah, it sounds like you're moving out.
Very soon.
Right.
Very soon.
And if I can.
And again, I don't know who wins this match, but they're not gonna. Whoever wins the match is not gonna beat.
No.
They're not gonna beat King.
They're not gonna win anyway.
Yeah.
After so.
I know I'm at an extreme delay, and that's my fault. I was poorly prepared to talk to the King and the Tyrant today. But with Ty, I'm curious because and again, I'm sorry. That's you being on Smith & so late in the season is definitely half my fault, and I apologize. And I know when I asked you last week to be on the program, you were so kind to say yes still after all this time, and I'm very appreciative. But I'm curious because it's the first time I really got to talk to you about this Schmoedown.
Actually, no, because in fairness, you did ask me last time, and I said no. So, actually, I take back what I said earlier. You did reach out to me, and I said, I'll get you next time, wink, wink. And then this time you were like, hey. And
then months went by. And then
months went by, and they were like, hey, you want to come on now, or can I get you next time? And then there was no winking because I knew I had lost. So I didn't know what else to say other than, yeah, I'll come on. So you were
noticed.
Chris. Chris
I
Anthony Lopez. I have nothing but respect for you, but you're my last resort.
Duly noted, and I'll happily take it. As long as I am on the list of options, I'll take
it. As long as you're a resort, yeah.
As long as I am a resort. But Ty, this entire Schmoedown experience for you, it came to an end with William Viviani at least for this season. How did you even get involved? Like I know it's been 10 months since you really got to talk about it, maybe even think about it. But what was the whole process like, and how did the Tyrant get to be born, especially within the FinStock Exchange?
The Tyrant, my friend Ethan Irwin tried to pitch me on this several years ago, and I didn't quite didn't quite sit with me. I wasn't quite sure I wanted to do it. And our mutual friend Greg the Barbarian, excuse me, he tried to sell me on it also, and I was really the last second I decided, all right, I'll send a tape in because I've always been good at trivia. I've always been good at film trivia, and I just didn't want to do it if I wasn't going to be 100% committed. And I said, okay, I'm going to do it. I'll get in the community. I'll do the after shows. I'll go forward. Cobra Kai was the first pitch and was told there's already a Cobra.
Yeah.
So Cobra Kai didn't go very far. And
you still have the text messages.
I still have the text messages.
Yeah.
So there was Cobra Kai. There was a drag queen character named Latrivia Jones. That didn't go very far.
That would have been amazing.
It would still
that
be amazing.
That would have been incredible.
I'm not that girl. But if someone wants to be a drag queen Schmoedown competitor, talk to me. I have the jokes. I just don't have the commitment to that character. And the Tyrant was basically Oscar Wilde meets Ryan Felipe in Cruel Intentions and a little bit of Charles Grodin in Midnight Run. And then it was basically it's 85% just me. And then occasionally I'll pull, I'll occasionally pull from the Oscar Wilde, Charles Grodin, Ryan Felipe bucket, but it's mainly just me. But yes, Latrivia Jones. I think Latrivia Jones would have been undefeated and would be playing for the belt at Spectacular. I think I don't have the budget or the physique.
Here's what you do. You create a fake Twitter account called Latrivia Jones, and you message Christian saying, "I want to play at Spectacular."
I have the jokes. I have the concept. I am just not the person to do it.
Okay. So we'll just wait for.
So anyone who wants to be Latrivia Jones, talk to me. Let's do it.
Someone contact RuPaul, and then we'll see if he's good at trivia.
We do a RuPaul Drag Race Schmoedown like collab crossover. That'd be pretty damn hard. That'd be pretty rad.
It would be. I mean, they have to be good. You can't just be bad. If you're going to be Latrivia Jones, you can't just show up and
you gotta be Latrivia Jones.
You can't like Flickinger it up. You got to be good.
All right.
Okay.
I've been told I should stop ragging on that guy. But yeah.
Why should you stop? Wait. Why should you stop, Con?
Because it's been so long. He's out of the league. He's suffered enough.
You know what?
And I've beaten other people since.
The year hasn't ended. We don't stop making fun of people until the end of the year. Okay.
The Schmoedown never forget.
You just can't make fun of Goddard in front of me. That's all I ask.
Oh.
Dang it.
Oh yeah,
there goes like Con, 5 more minutes.
Well, that was Con. I was going to ask you. What 0-4 gets their first win: the Jaguars, the Lions, or God?
And I don't know. So this was a joke, and I was like, "Well, the Jaguars and Lions are still playing this year, so
thank you.
Oh my God! Why, Ty? Why would you do that to me? Why would you say that?
I don't know. Thanks for inviting me on in October.
Look, but Ty, I want to ask because this Schmoedown obviously was a hard sell for you, and you inevitably bit at the bait, and for doing it for so long, and you seem like you're having a good time. How was it with these changes?
No, I had a great time, and a part of this was pandemic related, where I literally spent 2020 doing, I didn't do anything, and being able to meet anyone in 2021 was fantastic. And the Schmoedown people are really cool. I'm really happy that I met all these people, and the fact that I'm going to end the year 2-2 as a player, 1-1 as a manager, basically right in the middle, basically the most mediocre you could be.
So you might get Goddard next year.
I might get Goddard. Hey, I might, yeah.
Oh God.
It was, but no, it was fantastic. I'm very happy that I did this,
shoot.
and I'm very looking forward to next year. I got a few horror movies to watch between now and my next match. But other than that, I am excited to come back. Yeah, I'm really glad.
ASG, I want Deception, so maybe Khan can retire them too. Wow.
I mean, that seems to be the trend.
ASG, Khan retires single player and 8 teams in his rookie year.
Well, I mean, Chaos Theory is still out there.
The money is still on the table.
But before we really move on to like to Khan retiring people over and over and over again, that to be his new gimmick is the retirer King Khan. But when you found out you're playing Bibiani, like obviously with joining the Schmodown, you may have to be somewhat aware of the past and what's going on with the competitors that you may be playing.
No,
so
I was very oblivious to almost everything that happened in the Schmodown prior to last year. However, I knew my friend Craig lost to Bibiani because he had a perfect game against him. And somehow I found Free For All 3, which was basically Bibiani just clearing the decks. Just person after person. And it was pretty established in my mind a few months ago that if there was one person I would ever want to face in the Schmodown, ever be most intimidated by, was Bibiani. And I've said that publicly. And then we got paired together, and like I should have called out like the Barstool guys or something, because I ended up in a just throwing random heat here.
Go for
no,
it.
Holy
Bibiani,
shit!
In all seriousness, if I had to pick one match, I might as well have just gone against Bibiani in the first place. It didn't work out for me, but that was, I don't want to say a dream come true, because it's not like I was dreaming about this for years, but that really felt like I fulfilled my season by playing him. And it did not win, but he's awesome. Like I really like Bibiani, and I hope to maybe get another chance at him in the future. But if not, just know that I was up there against the best. I feel really good about that.
That's awesome. Apparently, Khan does manage the Exchange Retirement Fund. Jessica, hello. She says Chris should tie.
Jessica's secretly one of the best people in the Schmodown.
Yeah,
not secretly. She is one of the best.
It's not a secret.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Okay, she's really cool.
Thrawn, Free For All 3 was the first match I ever saw front to back.
Yeah.
So
if I'm going to be knocked out of the tournament, it might as well be by Bibiani. And yes, I see this comment from Jeremy, but Jeremy, what you need to realize, Jeremy, is that if those two questions had been split up, if I had a Halloween question in one match and missed it, I would have spent the next weeks studying Halloween. And then when I get the 5-pointer, I get that question because I've studied it. The fact that they asked me the same question twice, like they asked me, can you name a Halloween movie from these 3 actors? And we'll even put it down to 4 for you. And I couldn't do it. I'm not going to suddenly get the next question, which is, can you name this horror movie with 3 actors? And they don't even tell me it's a Halloween movie. Like that's just not happening. But if those questions had been spaced out by a match, oh mama, I would have nailed it.
There you go. And the agent of the Rager is here, who doesn't even watch Schmodown, so I don't even know why he's watching this channel.
Yes.
But
I had the pleasure to meet Taylor a few weeks ago as well, and then I met Rager. The Rager's a jerk. But
exactly.
I enjoyed meeting Taylor very much.
Actually, I kind of like the Rager, even though he's a heel. But I don't really care for Taylor because he like doesn't watch the Schmodown, but yet he manages somebody.
Rick Radis,
no, very weird.
Rick Radis is definitely he's a character. When the
Rager will have his hands full against I Am Robot Alvarez.
The Rager is such a character that someone apparently in the crowd didn't recognize Taylor from
No, the Taylor Clake came up to me I was waiting to meet Taylor at a restaurant, and he came up to me with his arms reached out. I didn't know who he was.
And does someone say Real Scared returning this Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on this very channel? Yes, yes. Make sure if you love scary movies to be here. Yeah, you're gonna be. I refuse to watch because it's Michael Myers, and I am scared of Michael Myers.
Well, anyway, I think you've asked me a lot of questions. I would like to hear about.
Oh,
I think you should ask Con more questions because he's the one with matches.
Oh, we're gonna get to Con. I want to talk to Con too. But
I'm out of material.
Well, Ty, you're so interesting. I want to talk to you too. Plus, this is the first time we properly got to meet, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Ty.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about Con? Let's talk to Con. So, King Con,
right.
You already know we're part of your court. You already know this is we're Spin from the Real is your kingdom, you know, and you got to play Final Exam, and someone who has been in the Shimano for such a short amount of time, going up against a team who has had a lot of success. I know it's wavering success depending on who you ask, but still Paulo Yama and Lon Harris, two guys who definitely know what they're doing in regards to movie trivia. What was the vibe between you and Griffin Nooms? Granted, you probably got to meet Griffin this year, but did y'all's dynamic, or when y'all found out as a team, y'all found out you were going to be a team and playing Final Exam? What was the whole vibe behind that?
I mean, this is no joke. When we saw the text that we were playing Final Exam, I texted Griffin. It's Paulo Yama, former singles champion, Lon Harris. His first response: "We can beat them." So that shows you how confident he was. I had to say nothing else. Griffin knew we were going to win, and we did. So that's the level of confidence you expect going forward in all of our matches. So
that's awesome. That's I love it. The confidence to know you could beat a singles champion, and Lon Harris is, you know, he's no scrub. You know, we might sometimes say maybe.
Apparently, he wasn't a scrub when he beat me, but yeah.
Oh yeah, fluke. Yeah.
But Leo Logan, the residential stats collector, said Final Exam final pointer for Queen and Country is the most absurd Denzel starring film, gross less than 200,000. I mean
that's why it's a 5. That's
exactly.
Yeah,
that's the point.
They're supposed to be hard. Yeah.
That is the point. Jessica, that's because you guys are going to win and become the new team's champ. Yes, we're gonna have. I would love to. You know what? How dope would that be? Like, I think Khan would be able to wrap the belt around him twice because I got to meet Khan and he's not the biggest guy.
All right. Well,
that belt would wrap around him twice.
Yeah.
So it would still be dope. I'd like to see Khan with the belt.
You're going to see me with a belt. You're going to see Griffin with 2 belts. Both rookies with belts. One a 7th round draft pick. It's going to be amazing. So
Griffin was a 7th round draft.
No, me. I was the 7th.
Oh, I thought you were a first rounder. My bad.
No. Don't you remember draft night when literally nobody knew who I was?
Even Christian Hall didn't know who you were.
Of course, I'm not the 1st round pick.
Yeah.
You're right, Moose House. Absolutely, team champs right there. Absolutely, absolutely. Shazam
King,
versus.
if I can ask you.
Oh.
Oh, how about that? It's totally feasible. But yeah. King, if I can ask you, when did you find out when you were going to be teamed with Griffey Nooms?
And I can tell you when that was.
Yeah, I've told this story, but Ty, go ahead. Let me hear your side of it.
We had a very, very first scrimmage. We were all playing. No one had met anyone else. We were all just hanging out, playing. And Griffin was like, Jeffrey.
What? Who?
King.
There you go.
I want you. And I was like, "Oh, okay."
This was a mini free for all.
Yeah. All right. So we're just like everyone's being friends here.
Right.
And
I thought he was joking.
That was legit.
I mean, I think Gucci and then Roka, JT, and Craig got together to discuss teams, and then somewhere in the middle of the year they announced.
Well, because you two were the final. You two, I shouldn't say too much. You two were the finalists of our internal free for all.
That is correct.
I was third. I was third, and that cost me everything because I did not get any of these invitations to be on Griffin's team. So
now we need the what if of
a tough third for me. But yeah, you guys clicked immediately. But we should. Can I point out that I named your team?
That is correct. That is also true. Ty's coming in all the time.
Ty named the team.
Ty threw out the possibility. You guys should be King Arthur because he's seen the tick off as we all have in the exchange, and he knew that it's a very clever name. Plus, it's a name that commands like power and respect. So
there you go.
Yes, I said it was a very clear name that still people are like, wait, why?
Because apparently not clear enough. Because some people are.
It's not clear enough. No, I thought it was very obvious.
I thought it was pretty clever, if I say so myself.
Anyone out there who doesn't know what it means, go watch the tick, y'all.
Watch the tick.
Go watch the tick.
So there's like 1% of me in this team's tournament still because I did name them.
Oh no, in exchange we share all the wins. No one wins by themselves. It's a team effort.
Okay. I won't say anything. But Khan, who do you guys want to play in the finals?
I mean, the easy answer is anybody.
Barstool.
I don't think they're in the tournament, Ty. I don't think they're in the tournament, Ty.
This season, I realized there's been a lot about redemption. Ty beating McWeenie for Craig, me being Lon after losing to him. So I think to avenge, and then us beating Final Exam to avenge Rushmore losing to them. So I think beating Danger Zone in the finals to avenge Rushmore losing to them would be quite symbolic to cap off the revenge tour.
Ooh, okay,
that's if Ben doesn't choke and lose to Paige again. But yeah.
Wow. Oh shit! You know, on this channel, the word "choke" kind of gets us in trouble.
All right, I won't say.
That's not the C word.
It's the 3-pointer. How about that?
C word.
The C word is like very, very touchy on this channel.
All right, that was too harsh.
No more.
Missing a 3-pointer, like apparently Bateman keeps doing.
It's okay. It's okay, God. You can get away with it. Taylor Cleek, pretty sure Ranger fell out of that one on a Boss Nos.
He's talking about the free for all.
No. Yes, absolutely. The boss. Yes,
yes, because Gold Leader participated.
That is a shout out to the original free for all that we had.
Yeah, Gold Leader participated. Gucci participated. So we had questions from everywhere.
Nice. That's awesome. Joseph Burrows with the golden voice. It is a fantastic name. Have you guys heard Joseph Burrows' name?
Thank you, Joseph.
His voice. Oh my God, he has an amazing voice. He does voiceovers. It's amazing. Best voice, golden voice out there. If you ever need a voiceover, talk to this man. I love his voice. I don't know why I'm plugging him right now, but I love his voice.
Yeah, my man should got here showing so much love to Joseph Burrows. But you know what? I mean, it is what it is. He deserves. He's a great dude, especially in fantasy football. What's up, Joe? But King Khan, like you're moving on, playing the victor of Deception, Chaos Theory. We're gonna find it out later this week. Oh, but I mean, it's two drastically different teams. Yeah, you know, Chaos Theory with Jacoby Bancroft and Slick Nick Harley. He used to be a spoiler in the FCL, but Slick Nick still love him anyway. And then Deception with Marisol McKee, the current singles champ, at least as of right now. We won't find it. That might change on Saturday. But Adam Collins is also a former singles champ. Now, I mean, as a fan yourself, like, would you? I mean, of course, you'd play either team because you might be either one. You will be either one. But is there like is it going to be a little bit sweeter if you get to play Deception because of all the gold that has been there or is currently there?
Yeah, it would definitely be sweeter to beat a current champ and a former champ. We already beat one former champ in Oyama, so we can just add more to the list and cement our place as possible rookies of the year. It would be great. But we know that playing Chaos Theory is always a possibility. And playing Jacoby and Nick would also be a tough test. So,
absolutely, Slick Nick from Cleveland.
Also, Adam Collins is on a path to lose the most matches in 1 year in the history of the Schmodown, and I want to see if he does it.
Yeah, let's help him get there. So, if he loses, if they get through to us, but then lose, if he loses in the singles tournament, that's a lot of losses.
He loses in the singles and the teams. I think that's 6 losses, and I don't know how you can lose 6 losses and hold your head that high. So,
I mean, he was a champion at the beginning of the year. But...
right. He was. Right. That was a long time ago.
It was. It feels like it. Wingblade. what am I? Chopped liver? No, you're buffalo wing. I'll beat
who's this
Joe.
guy? Is this one of those FCL punks?
Wow, Ty. Now Ty's going after FCL. Wow.
I'm just.
He said, "Let's go, Joe. Put your
cords up.
Well, it's the family show, Sean. Family show. Put your cords away. But I want to ask the both of y'all about your time with the exchange, because y'all got to spend essentially a whole year together already. The season ends in about like 2 months, month and a half, and like we're wrapping up a lot of stuff, and y'all have gotten to spend so much time together. And factions, as we know, going forward, are going to change. And we may see a little bit of a difference between how managers approach certain players, or players even want to be within a faction. How has that been a thought across either one of y'all's minds? Next season, I mean, Ty, again, sorry for the loss, but is that something you've thought about going forward, your future with the exchange or with anybody within the exchange?
Look, there's 12 people on the exchange plus Bobby Gucci, and if they cut down to 10, it would be sad, because that means we lose 2 people. So the fact that they might cut, I don't know officially, if they cut down to 5, that is astronomically sad.
Yeah, 7 of us floating out there.
So it doesn't, honestly, I mean, it doesn't matter to me whether I get cut or not, because the team is getting split up regardless. So wherever I end up, it honestly doesn't matter to me that we're, as opposed to us losing what we really had this year, which is, again, in a very tough time, in a partial pandemic, a partial quarantine, that all these people who came from all over the country to get together and hang out on Twitter and hang out to support each other, that was really special. I really appreciated that. And the fact that, again, if one person left, it'd be sad. And the fact that we might have to split into 2 or 3 is really, really sad. So I don't know where I'm going to end up next year. I expect to continue to play. I've come this far. I would like to continue to do it, but there is no good way to end this. And I think a lot of people expected a lot of trades this year, a lot of like free agent movement. And the reason that didn't happen is because people like each other. The factions all liked each other. We were a faction. We were a group. Other teams were factions. They were groups. No one was just going to cut someone willy-nilly, because people really bonded with each other.
The stars.
So, well,
sorry, I had a thing in my throat, but yeah.
Khan had something in his throat, which you might want to explore in a minute.
Okay, I'm good.
That was too good. Khan with the comic timing. What a champ. No, it's going to be sad regardless. So I would love to play with Bobby Gucci again. I would love to be on the same faction as Craig or JTE or Khan or Griffin or Rager. It's not all going to line up that way. And I'm trying not to set my expectations, because I know it's going to be sad regardless.
Yeah. That's why we are so determined to win this year with this group, because it's the last year that we can all play on the same team. So, yeah.
Unless you guys become like a NWO, like form your own group. I mean, technically you could do that, because everyone would be on their own. So you can form like an NWO, and just just go around beating people up and spray painting them. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched wrestling, but that's what the NWO.
I don't want to spray paint anyone, but if I could be Mr. Axe.
Are you an ass man?
Are you an ass man? Yeah. Sure, I'm in.
Ty, you are the best. Ty, you are the best. I'm so glad. God. I'm so glad we decided to have you on in October. Blame that on Chris Anthony Lopez. I wasn't here yet. So
no, it was between me and the Barstool guys. You got me.
I know, but the Barstool guys kind of stood us up, and they didn't return our calls.
I think they stood up a few people.
If anyone started at Barstool,
Slinger never responded to our DMs.
Right.
Yeah. So.
It was. I mean, I want to.
I don't want to make fun with Jericho, because if Jericho asks to team with me tomorrow, I'll say yes. So I'm not going to make fun of him. But the Barstool guys, sure. They can,
I mean, they're never gonna be back in the league, so we're not worried about them.
Chris Jericho, call me. Let's do it.
I mean, he's too busy whooping the WWE's ass. He's on the Stars, I believe.
He's still in the league. I'm in.
Is he? He's on the Stars. I mean,
so.
You would think I would know because I watched wrestling.
I mean, someone has to be on the Stars.
Someone has to be in last place. So.
Oh, gee. Speaking of last place, the Prince
which is too bad because
never there.
Janine and Jacoby. Right. There's some good ones. There's some lovely people on the Stars, but there
are some lovely people on the Stars.
There's something happening there that what it is ain't exactly clear.
Ain't that the truth, Ty? Sing it again. Go for it, Ty.
That man, what that sound?
Go ahead, Chris. What were you saying?
With y'all's time in the exchange, and it was now, especially in hindsight, was this what y'all signed up to be, part of like the most hated faction in the damn Schmodown? To this day, people still talk shit about the Vince exchange, and I still I don't get it. I will never understand and never know why.
That's the thing. They're talking about us the most. Every week, even if we're not,
they're still talking about us.
Still talking about us, either like individually or as a group.
We have not lost a title match all year.
We are unbeaten in title matches. We will win faction of the year, whether we win the actual.
We're the faction of the year.
Yes.
Yes, it's everything that I signed up for. I don't know how to be a. I don't know how to be a face.
I welcome the hate. Bring it, because we're still.
I mean,
if someone came up to me and said they liked me, I would be very. No. I might punch him. I'd be very taken aback. Who are you? What do you want?
So every fan, make sure when you go to see Ty at Spectacular, you walk up to him and say, "I really like you, Ty." And you just see people just get punched out.
No, I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
I'm gonna hug him. I'm gonna embrace. I'm gonna go to hug him. He's gonna be like, "Who are you again?"
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're
I don't know if people are
the other black guy.
Remember this tomorrow.
Right.
But you guys, if you guys really think about it, people actually picked you guys to finish last, and the fact that you actually might finish top 5, maybe even top 3. I mean, that's got to be a sense of accomplishment,
right? And this is the crazy thing is because again, I didn't watch this Schmodown a lot prior to this year, but I wanted to like learn about the community, learn about the league. So basically, the draft happened. I'm like, oh, that was fun. I'm like, let me see what people are saying. Again, I don't know who these people are. Anyone is, and everyone's just like, it's just like a direct message to me. Tyler, full name. Welcome to league. You suck. Your faction sucks.
You're gonna finish last.
Yeah. Like, okay, thank you for
thank you, random
considering us. Yeah. So that was tough because you go all this to another podcast. Nope, same thing. So it was really tough, and I think we're still in the middle, but we could still win a few titles.
We can still finish first.
Win the thing, and we are definitely the faction of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about the Rager or Lomas or myself or Khan or Griffin or JT Roca, you know what faction we're on. Yeah. I don't know.
And you remember us.
I don't know half the people on corruption. I don't know half the people on usual suspects. We are
just get one match and leave.
So
we stayed around because we're entertaining.
If nothing else, vote for us for making the most impact as a team, as a faction.
Very true. You're spitting facts. As Gucci would say, you guys are spitting facts. You can't deny it. You can't deny that.
The price has gone up.
Yesterday's price isn't today's, or whatever he said.
Nice. But when you watch that draft and Gucci's picking Gucci, I remember people were talking about it, like Gucci just threw this draft. Like who is Khan? Who are these people? Like why is he drafting them? And the fact that you guys are doing
well, just real quick, one more thing. It's not like I knew who these people were either.
Right.
I didn't know who Jeffrey Kahn or Goal Leader or Brother Lomas or the Rager. The Rager was. I knew who Griffin was, but like,
Yeah.
you know, people are telling me the draft sucked, and it's like, yeah, maybe it does suck. I never met these people before. Like, I was just as surprised as everyone else. So, for me to be like from the very beginning, oh no, I knew we had it. No, I didn't know anybody was, but I would say our very first faction meeting,
As soon as we had the first meeting,
was a glory. One of the most fun times I've ever had, just to meet all these people face to face and to talk trivia with them, and like it's been such a delight all year. And again, did not know who anyone was until we were drafted, and it was such a glorious first meeting.
That's awesome. I love that. Who? I'm blanking on her name. She's in your faction, not Taylor Robertson, but
Taylor Foster. Kim.
Yeah, who did great in free for all. We haven't got to see her this year. We haven't got to see her.
It was scheduling from what we've.
There were some scheduling things, but she has been in practice and she knows things that no one else knows, and it's scary. It's scary how good she could have been, and I just wish things could have broken a little differently, and perhaps in the future that will happen. But I am a Kim Taylor Foster fan.
He's also busy writing as like a real author, so there is that excuse.
I mean,
so
noted.
I mean, people forget y'all have like real lives. But the thing with the FinStock Exchange this year that I mean, I as much as I gave the Rager shit throughout the entire year, I was amazed at y'all's ability to not only embrace who you are, but y'all were cohesive as a group. And even though y'all were a majority a bunch of rookies, or with the exception of like Craig Roca, JTE, and Taylor Robinson, who had been in the league before, like a lot of y'all were rooks. And like Ty, you came into your own as the season progressed, and now here you are.
We tried very hard to kick Goal Leader out of the group, but he kept creating new.
But we needed a Star Wars player, so
yeah.
We
do, although like over here, Smith and Real, we do love Goal Leader. We love.
You should have just called Goal Leader's mom. She would have kicked him out of the group.
Like him, no.
Mama Goal Leader would have.
Mama Goal Leader was not
none to play with.
If she doesn't win Hill, if she doesn't win Hill the year this year, I don't know who does. I mean, good Lord, how do you turn up your own son?
In the Facebook group.
Shug, are there children behind you that are running around?
Yes, my children. I do have two children.
Okay.
2 children. I am a father. Right. Yeah, I don't work at a daycare, Ty. I actually have 2 children.
Right, he was gonna make sure
as long as someone's watching.
Right.
Okay.
Are those
the TV? The TV's watching them. The TV's watching them, Ty.
Okay.
Word. Parent of the year, Shug 9323. But
I'm gonna give him some Dayquil right now and put him to bed. Give me a second.
Wait a minute! Don't do that.
Yeah, you want the Z-Quil.
Really, not really.
That's true. Oh, Chris is cutting out.
Oh,
Chris. All right, so now I'm on my own. All right, Chris will be back right now. If anybody has shed into Streamlabs, I do apologize. We don't. Chris's computer went out today, so we can't access Streamlabs. So Streamlabs. So if you've sent something in, I do apologize. That being said, Khan, so you're like you said, you played the singles champ before in the teams. Now you're going to be playing the current and former champ.
Again,
what is
we don't know. They're the favorite, but we don't know.
I'm calling it now. Okay.
All right, fair enough. If you want to,
no, I can't call it now. No, I kind of want Slick Rick to win. Okay. The winner of Deception, Carry Austerity.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on just overall, like your expectation, or not your expectation, your assessment of your season this year? Because like you said, nobody really knew you. Christian didn't even know you, and now you're in the second round of the teams tournament.
I think
go ahead.
It's been great so far, and I don't plan on an ending anytime soon. If you expected this from a 7th round pick, then you were clairvoyant. You could see into the future, because it's between me and Paige for the best 7th round pick right now. If I can get a title before her, I think it's pretty clear who's better. So
yeah, for sure. And I mean, she did beat Ben Bateman though. I mean, I know you guys probably clap for that one, when she beat Ben Bateman. Let's bring back Chris Anthony Lopez. Is your internet okay, sir?
Okay. Yeah, the
Starbucks
I had kids running behind me, so they kicked me off the StreamYard. But you know what? It's all right. No big deal. We're fine. Everything's fine. I do want to give my flowers to the exchange though, because like y'all are like one ragtag group of folks who have just gotten a barrage of shit over the course of the year. And like what I was saying, like Ty, you really came into your own. So did you came.
Sorry, Paige. Paige was a 7th round pick, also.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like Paige.
Great. Great person.
End of Tyrant.
End of Tyrant. I like Paige.
I like Paige.
Who don't you like in the Schmodown, Tyrant? That's who I like.
I don't know. Although I think Ty is now friends with Tingle.
Well,
Tingle's fine.
Tingle's fine. Like we like Bradley over here. Bradley's cool. He's a cool cat. But all of y'all have been absolutely killing it. Like, congrats on the seasons. I know some of y'all ain't done yet. Which again, King, you got some work ahead of you. But it looks like this shit as far as 7th round picks go. You're making it look easy, man. So again, congrats to you, brother, and to Ty. Congrats on your season too. Like 2 for 2 competing, 1 for 1 managing. That's not bad.
No, I'm just right. It was like it wasn't even here. 2 for 2 as a player, 1 on 1 as a manager. Did not exist. Cheers, though.
I mean,
hell yeah.
I got to go to 4 Cantina tapings. This is my highlight of the year. In my match with Bibiani, you have Bibiani there. You have Ethan Irwin is there because he's taping his match later along with Sam Levine. Ben Bateman's hanging around. Christian Harloff's at the desk. You have Adam Collins and Dan Morrell have just taped an exhibition match. And just one other person. So you have 8 champions. 8 singles champions. And I am wasting all their time on a 5-point I'm never going to get. So just to know the collective brain power that I wasted on Darkness Falls. Good Lord. Like, that makes me really happy to know that I wasted a lot of people's precious time that day. So cheers.
Was Horowitz a 7th round pick too?
I think he was 6th.
Yeah, Horowitz was a little early.
I mean, and Griffin was a 7th round pick.
Right.
No, Griffin was.
I don't know how Gucci got me and Griffin in the same round. It's weird.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
He must have struck a deal with somebody. You know how Gucci is. He strikes deals with people, and you never know it. But before we get you guys out of here,
I still don't know. This is the last time I interrupt. I don't know.
No, you're good. You're good, Tyra. Tyra, we're actually going to bring you on as a full-time host for the show.
Yeah, I'm available most Mondays. It's fine. I don't know. I don't know why. I literally don't know why Horowitz is in the dossier. The dossier is infallible, so I don't know why Horowitz isn't in there. So that's a question I need to investigate, because Horowitz.
I think it was an issue of time commitment. I think when
Jeffrey Horowitz. Oh, they also kept in. I said Jeffrey Horowitz, and they kept it in, which is I'm really happy about that.
So before we get you guys out of here, just want to congratulate you both on your season. Obviously, like I said, Khan's moving on to the 2nd round of the teams tournament. Ty, you've been memorable. You've been memorable with not only how great you've been playing, but also your character work. And we are so happy to have you in the Schmodown. And I think
character.
That's
character.
him.
Is that him? I don't know. That sweater though is fire. I need a sweater like
sweater.
Where'd you get it at?
The smartest thing I ever did was make wine my gimmick, because I can drink anywhere, anytime. The dumbest thing I did was wear these ridiculously thick sweaters sweating? And scarves, because I am hot.
my man breaking a sweat.
But we thank you for committing to it. That's what we appreciate, the commitment. Okay,
commit to the bit.
Yes. Exactly. Unlike Chris, he never commits to anything. So, anyways, I got to throw Chris under the bus. This is my last show.
Oh, and also, wait, last thing. I have been watching a lot of these Schmodown after shows for a while. The bit you did with a Rager and Alvarez a couple weeks ago was the best thing I've seen on any Schmodown after show all year.
They might
Okay,
put that
so
in the promo.
it wasn't even a bit. They just did it.
It wasn't even a bit.
Wasn't even
did it.
100%. No, this is 100%. I'm being straight up honest. It was not a bit.
Oh,
It was a shoot.
That
no,
has to
it
be
was
the-
it was a bit. It was a bit because the Ranger told us that you didn't know it was coming.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
It wasn't-
we knew it.
wasn't.
So I think we knew it was a bit before you did.
Exactly. And I host the damn show, and I didn't even know it was. I thought it was real.
It has to be genuine. It has to feel.
It was. I loved it. It was.
And it was
genuine.
real.
It was great.
It was
Yeah.
definitely
was
some real
great.
shit.
Oh,
You're gonna
and
see it
that's-
come
and
to a head.
that was a
Yeah.
live man, and that Ranger Alvarez. Oh my goodness,
It's a
live!
good one.
Wow, that's gonna be a good one. That's
It's a
gonna
good
be a
Can't
good
wait
one.
to see it.
People
I can't
will be
wait.
talking about that one.
Yeah, you might spot certain somebody in the match walking
Ty?
around. I think it was
King?
Chris?
yeah Ty. Yeah, Ty.
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I was
I
there.
was there.
I was there.
Con was there.
Drinking wine
Con was there
me and the
too.
machine. Yeah.
You know, Con. I think I'm going to say this, Con, and I hope I don't piss you off when I say this. I said hi to Con, and he looked at me like I was going to steal his wallet. Like he just like didn't say anything, and I was like, hey, and then he looked at me again. He goes, "Oh, what's up, Shug?" So I don't know. I hope.
Are you implying that I'm racist or no?
No, it had nothing to do with race. What?
No, you're not
What?
racist.
Okay,
King,
I'm kidding.
King, I don't believe you even thought that. But if you did, you had reason to think that.
You
So
had
it's okay.
reason to think that. I mean, if I saw a bald Mexican looking the way I did, I would have said, "Oh, find my wallet."
I was so close to submitting this show on my reel, and now I have to edit some stuff out. Now.
Yeah, you gotta cut the
Well,
end off.
we'll do it for you, Ty. We'll do it for you, Ty.
All
No,
right, thank you.
but no, honestly, I got to meet Ty. I got to meet Con. They were both very nice to me. Good people. It was very fun to hang out with them and talk.
You caught time a good day, apparently.
I did. You know, he came in. It's funny. He came in through the back. He said, "All right, everybody, don't have to worry about it. I'm here now," which was fucking hilarious.
I did. I made a very big entrance for someone who had no matches. That's
and it was awesome getting to meet. You know, when you meet these people. I mean, like I said, I hope Ty. I'm glad you're going to be in the league, and you should be in next year. And obviously, Con, you're going to be in the league.
I'm going to be in the league because I'm going to be the team's champion at the end, so you have no choice.
Damn right.
What if you win the team's title and then they tell you, "Oh, well, you're out of the league"?
Hell no.
And then I'll pull us up. Apparently, I'm pulling a Sam Levine. Okay.
Hey, you can always come. No, you just come to real movie trivia on this channel with the belt.
Yeah, we do a family league on here, and you just bring the real thing.
Yeah, I won't give back the belt. I'll just
real legitimacy.
Yeah.
But y'all rock. Thank you so much for coming on the program. The Tyrant, Ty Lieberman, and King Khan moving on to the second round of the team's tournament with his teammate Griffey Nooms. And we'll see who you play him this Thursday. Chaos Theory Deception. We're going to see what King Arthur has in store.
It's Chaos Theory. It's Chaos Theory. They won.
Mm-hmm. For your rent's sake, it's Chaos Theory, but who the hell knows?
For my kids' sake, it's from Chaos Theory.
Right.
Hey, you guys are moving out. Good luck.
Right. Damn, you're just them? Nobody else? Ty, King Khan, thank y'all so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Look at that. King Khan and the Tyrant, Ty Lieberman.
Great, awesome
program.
people. Great, awesome people. I mean, when you meet these people in real life, they're just awesome. I got to talk to Con a little bit outside, just talking about some things, and Ty absolutely. I'm
gonna kiss King right on his forehead when I see him.
That's gonna be a little weird. I think he might fucking knock you out if you do that.
Like as he clutches his wallet, make sure he still has it. Like I'm gonna kiss him right in the forehead.
Yeah. I mean, hey, Con is tall. Hold up, Con is tall. I'm a midget. Maybe that's just the problem. I'm a midget.
You can't say that word, Shug.
Okay, I'm short. Whatever.
Why didn't you should have led with that?
Whatever. Yeah. Okay. I'm small.
And I can't wait for Ty, for me to go up to Ty to give him a hug, and he's like, "Who are you again? Are you the Ohio one on Spin from the Reel?" No, that's not me. I'm the Chicago kid from the Spin from the Reel. He's like, "Oh, one and the same." Apparently, we're the same thing. Dragon in the chat. You should go back and see your faces from last week.
when Paige said they were some hot suspect bitches, yeah, because we were not gonna get it.
Yeah, right. What's it gonna be?
I ain't calling nobody bitches.
I ain't anybody a bitch, regardless of what I mean. It's not me. Leo Logan in the chat. So where do we see Lana and Oyama go from here now that the final exam is done for the year? I think they're done.
I think they're done. My prediction is Oyama shows up at Spectacular and cashes in like Money in the Bank, WWE style, and we get a sixth match that day at Spectacular.
Ooh,
I think that's what's gonna happen. But as far as final exam, yeah, I think they're completely done. We might see Lon Harris reconnect with his brother. Like, we didn't even get to see midterm play this year, and they did really well. Remember, they were going to be playing in the team's tournament, and then final exam switch.
Yeah, we saw them earlier. I love seeing midterms play in the first team's tournament that we got this year. They almost beat Danger Zone. So, I mean, for a first-time team, granted, it was a couple first-time, but you know what I mean. For a team of folks that were the incredible underdogs, like, they did really, really well, and they almost beat DZ. So, good on them. But I think that final exam is done. I'm not gonna get my hopes up to see them next year. I think it's been it's been their time to separate as a team, Lon and Paul. And I think it's the perfect place to do it.
I think the personality and Paul Oyama should team up.
Me?
Yeah, because it'd be the worst.
The personality?
It'd be the worst team ever.
I would be such. I'd be like Lon's the delinquent, but like for real, I'd be dumb.
Yeah,
like I'd be very, very dumb.
It'd be like Tim Tebow playing with Tom Brady. It just wouldn't work. Okay,
as a tight end, right?
As a tight end.
That wouldn't work. No, but I do think we're gonna see a lot of changes. I think between seasons 8 and 9, there will be a lot of changes personnel wise, and I'd be surprised if a lot of teams stay together solely because they might not have to faction-wise. Depending on how things go, like some people may be kept on factions, some people may not, and that will break up teams immediately. We just got done talking about it with Ty and King. Like, if King Arthur doesn't lose hypothetically, or if they don't win hypothetically, then what if the exchange wants King but not Griffey, or vice versa? You know,
Chris, when they were talking about it, if the possibility of the exchange breaking up, I do really believe that Christian would allow it to be like the exchange stays together, like they still have their 5 players, but they don't count as faction points. But you could do like an NWO style,
Will there be faction points if there aren't?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. That's why. Right. That's what I'm saying. It could be like an NWO style thing where like there's no points other than for yourself. So
it's gonna suck seeing the folks from the exchange, because I love the exchange. Don't tell the Rager that, but I love seeing them together because I thought for the longest time they were the most unified front because they seemed like a bunch of misfits together on a team, and they were so cohesive with one another, and they all got it, and they were all unified. I saw them that John Roca stream where they're all on screen together. Like, that was a lot of fun to see. And the times we've gotten to talk to some of the exchange competitors today included, like, it emphasized how tight they are as an entire unit. I don't hear that, or I don't see that too often from the other factions. Not all of them, because some of them are awfully tight. But the exchange, especially for being a bunch of rookies, they deserve their flowers, regardless of where they place faction-wise. Because they exceeded all expectation. All expectation. They exceeded it. So good on them. And I'd say that if we didn't have King and Ty on either, I would say the exact same thing.
No, you wouldn't.
Yes, I would. Yes, I would.
All right. Before we get out of here, ASG storyline idea in the offseason. Oyama convinces Ben Bateman to break up with Dan so they can immediately challenge for the belt using his free for all cash. Ben is the opportunists agree. That would be smart. That would be worth it.
I think he's going to carry it over. I do think so.
He could. There was some backstage stuff that I heard of that he wouldn't be able to carry it over for next year.
Backstage.
We don't know if that's true. Once again, like Chris said in the beginning, we're going to do a short show.
I want to do predictions before we leave.
I don't care what you want to do.
I want to do.
Chris, I want to leave the show like this.
I'm free.
No, I refuse. Do we have the schedule up? Do we know the matches for this week?
Yes, here we go.
We can run through them quick. I know we said we do a short show. It's already been 2 hours. All right, so what do we got? So we have Scrimshaw goal leader. Yeah.
Scrimshaw goal. Where did you see that? Wait, where are we on?
10-6.
Okay.
Star Wars.
Scrimshaw goal leader. Yeah. Okay, I got you. I will go with goal leader.
I will also take goal leader, but Scrimshaw, I want to see how he plays after being away for more than a year.
Deception, Chaos Theory. I'm going Chaos Theory.
I am going Deception. I'm rooting for my boy Nick Harley, but I got Deception taking this one.
Adam Collins versus the Kid.
Oh, geez. I'm taking a double Collins victory this week. I'm picking Collins over Meyer. In a tight one. In a very tight match.
Very tight match. I got Collins too.
Last year, I've been talking about Meyer Collins being the sleeper match last year, and I hope we get a similar match. Maybe not sudden death, but some damn close. I can't wait for Friday.
Horowitz versus Newman.
Oh, shit. And now this is the live stream pay-per-view, right? It's live streamed, right? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm picking Griffey Nooms over Horowitz.
Okay. I got Griffey Newman also.
Yeah, that's gonna be a goodie though. That'd be a real goodie. Great undercard.
And we got Marisol McKee versus Chance Ellison.
Oh damn it!
Just remember, whoever you pick.
Hold up, where's it at? I have it in here somewhere. So me and my corruption shellness, right?
Don't even go there. Come on.
I love corruption so much. Oh, damn it. I am gonna take Marisol in the defense.
What did he say?
I know. I'm taking Marisol in a tight match, down to the 5.
I'm going with you though. Marisol McKee going to spectacular. Let's go.
Let's go. Yes.
Let's go.
All
right.
So it's gonna be Marisol beating Chance in a tight one. That's gonna be a great show. If you have not bought tickets at New York, go. If you can go. You guys may be doing a show that night, correct? Maybe. Depends on people's schedules.
Up in the air. Yeah, it's up in the air.
If not, we'll talk about it Monday. If not, we'll talk about it on Monday.
Shooter McGavin.
Yeah, you already know. But to all the people that hung out with us over the course of the show, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us today on Spin from the Real. Every Monday, 7 o'clock Central, 5 p.m. Pacific, you'll get Spin from the Real right here, right now, talking the latest and greatest in the Schmodown. Much love to the Tyrant and King Khan for coming on the show today. Great talking to them. Pleasure meeting Ty. Great talking to Khan. Love talking to the homie. But Shug, man, talk about a short show. We pushed 2 hours.
Right. We shouldn't even say it. We should be like, no, we're just going to do a show because we never get off on time. But make sure you can follow me on Twitter, ShugKnight323, or on TikTok, ShugKnight323. I put up a Den TikTok today. It was pretty funny. And also find me on Twitch, ShugKnight1323. Make sure to follow, like this channel. I really appreciate it. We're trying to get to 500 by the end of December. So make sure to share, retweet, like, comment. We appreciate it. Everyone that supports us, thank you very much. Leo Logan, Brian, Jeremy, ASG,
everybody in the chat. We are so grateful.
Joseph, Wingblade, thank you all for being here. We really appreciate you. We got some other big things coming up, so just make sure to follow the channel. We have Real Scared coming back.
Really Scared.
Tomorrow. Yes. Is it tomorrow, right?
No, it's Thursday. Really Scared's on Thursday. It's the return of Really Scared. They've been on hiatus for a few months, but they're back, and they're talking about 1978's Halloween, the OG. Yeah. And it'll be myself joining them.
You can go fuck yourself right there.
I hate that. I can't wait to talk about it with them. It's gonna be me and Jessica. You saw her earlier in the chat. She'll be joining us on Really Scared. Connor Breedlove, Taylor Cleek this Thursday. Subscribe to the channel or follow me. I will retweet the link or follow Watts at Watts WATREELNTENT on Twitter. Or tweet the link there too. Really Scared's back. Of course, check out the other content we got going on. Wrestle Reel, we had some technical difficulties over the past few days. We're going to try and get that off the ground as soon as possible. RGC's can come back soon. Real Sports, Savor Reels, Spin from the Reel. Subscribe to Watt. You won't regret it. You will not regret it. I promise you.
And if Shannon Barney is the queen of corruption, Jessica is the queen of Watt Entertainment. That's all I got to say.
You already know we love Jess over here, Spin from the Reel, because, you know,
that's right.
She's the best. But
she is the best.
For my boy, Suge Knight 323, make sure you go ahead and follow him on Twitter and TikTok, especially TikTok. You won't regret that either. My name is Chris Anthony Lopez. And don't forget, y'all, Spin from the Reel, not the pegs. We'll see y'all next week. Have a good one. Peace. Bye.